Hi and welcome to this tutorial on how to download and install Postgres SQL, and it's a fairly simple installation. We'll run through that and then we will load up the training database for this program. So open up a browser and head over to postgresql.org/download and post. Yeah, make sure I spelled it right. And that will take to this page. Let me just make that a little wider. Now, the beauty of Postgres is that it is operating system agnostic, which means that it runs on Linux, Mac, Windows, and others. So I'm on Windows, so I'll click Windows. You click whatever's appropriate for your machine. So on the next page, we're going to click Download the Installer. And that brings us here. So we're going to click on the Windows icon. So the top row is the latest version. So click on the Windows icon and that will download, and it should only take a few seconds. That has done. So we click there and let's have a look at it in the folder. How do you do that? There we go. Let's close that down. And here's our Postgres installer. Let's just do it in terms of date, so it's top. So all we'll do is double click this and wait for it to begin. Okay, so now we're into the setup screen. So just click on next, and then we'll just stick with the defaults for these. So the installation directory is fine, next. And then which components do we want to keep? Well, we need all of these. Postgres is the actual server that runs the database. pgadmin4 is our development environment, and we'll keep stack builder and command line tools in there as well. So click on next. That's your directory for the data where that will be held. Click on next, and then it asks you for a password. So it doesn't need to be massively complex. Let's just go. It's a fairly short one. Retype it, it's the same, and you'll need to remember that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop mine into a notepad so I remember what it is. And there, I've done that. So next, the port is 5432. That's the default port for this server, so just leave it as it is. And the locale, we'll also leave that with just default locale. Next. And that is all the information that you need for the installation. So click on next and then next again, and it will start the install. So that will take 3 to 4 minutes. So I won't hang around chatting to you whilst it's doing it. I'll just skip through it and we'll see what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so that has completed. It actually took 5.5, almost 6 minutes. So now that brings you to this page, and it's talking about the stack builder thing. Now, stack builder is something to use to download, install. It says it there. Download and install additional tools, drivers, and applications. We don't actually need it right now, but let me show you what this next page looks like. So we'll keep it ticked. Click on finish, and then it says to select the installation you're installing software for from the list below. And there's only one thing, and it's that current installation. So you would click that and then go through next and do whatever follows. But we don't need it. So we'll just click cancel, yes to that confirmation, and it's done. So now it's all set up. You need to go to your Windows icon and scroll down to Postgres SQL. It's just outside the view of that screen, unfortunately, but it's under P, Postgres SQL. And what you want is this pgadmin4, and that is the development environment that we'll be working in. So click that and it will open up. Now it takes a few minutes, well, a few moments to open up, maybe 30 seconds. But while it's doing that, go to the email that I sent you that had the link on it to this video, And on there, there'll be an attachment, a file. And the file is going to be called something like build sales DB in Postgres. Okay, so save that file into one of your folders. So I've put it into my downloads folder. Okay, so that's that file there. It's a .sql file. Okay, so then what you need to do is when this Postgres opens up, it'll look a little bit like this. You may be asked first time to put your password in from when you did the setup. And I think there's a tick box to say something like save password, so you don't have to do it every single time. So then go into where it says servers and just click the little arrow to expand that. And then under databases, you have a list of all your databases. Now you will just have Postgres because that's the default one you get when you set it up. So what you need to do is create a new database. So we're going to right click on databases and on create and click on database. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a name. We're going to call it SQL in a day. Now you don't have to call it that. It doesn't actually matter what you call it. That's what I'm calling it. And then click save. And what that does is that creates a new database, a blank, empty database. So then with that highlighted, you need to click on this little icon here, which is the query tool. And that opens up a new blank query window. And this is where we'll be doing all our extracting of data, all our selecting and grouping and all that sort of thing that we'll do on the day of the training. So go back to your folder where you saved your file. Like I say, mine's in the downloads, and just click it and drag it onto that white area and it opens up the file. Now, I'll just briefly talk about what this is going to do. It's going to delete everything and it's going to recreate everything. So it creates a table orders, products, product categories, all those, deletes those tables, creates those tables, and then it inserts data into those tables. Okay, and when it's finished, well, let's tell you what, I'll show you how to do it. So to execute it, we click on this little arrow here, and if you hover over it, it says execute script. So if you click on that and execute that, and what it does, it says query returned successfully in 168 milliseconds. So it's built all that data. I built all those tables, filled it with data. Now, if at any point you accidentally delete something, accidentally change something, or in some way break this database, all you need to do is go into this script again and just rerun it, because every time you run it, it deletes everything and rebuilds everything. So it's not a problem if you keep doing that time and time again. Okay, so when you've done that, if you then go to, in your SQL in a day database, down to schemas and tables, in that tables, you've got the list of those 5 tables that are listed there. So it deletes them there, rebuilds them there, populates them there. Okay, so that's all you need to do to be ready for the training on Friday. So if you haven't actually run this script and built the database, that doesn't matter, because as you've just seen, it takes seconds to do. But it is important that you get PG admin Postgres set up, because that can take a little while. Okay, so that is what you need to do before the day. All right, any questions, email me back. Any problems, email me back and we'll get it fixed. Other than that, I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.